Hey everybody, we're right back at it. This time, we're breaking down college football, Big Ten
So
conference.
join us on the Boss and the Sauce show right now.
The Ohio State University, as they say in Columbus, at the Horseshoe. We got Ohio State Buckeyes coming on board next. Now let's talk about the coach, Ryan Day. Ryan Day inherits the program from Urban Meyer. Now, last year he was the interim coach for 3 games after the turmoil with Urban. He kind of corralled the troops in the locker room, put them back on the field, and realistically, they didn't miss a beat for what they had to work with. And the thing that they did lose, though, is they lost Haskins at quarterback, right? And they did lose Nick Bosa and Tremont Jones on the defensive side. But Ohio State University, that's a recruiting machine. They had the number 1 ranked defense in the country last year as far as efficiency goes. And turnover margin, they lacked a little bit there. But they're going to kind of run the same style of offense that they have in the past. They have quarterback Justin Fields. Okay, now the kid Justin Fields, he is a sophomore. He's a Georgia kid that was a transfer. He was a top 5 prospect in 2018. That's a solid look for them there. And this guy knows how to coach offense because he was the offensive coordinator. So I'm expecting solid defense from Ohio State. I'm expecting good things on offense. And even though a lot of the guys, the analysts, they're real high on Michigan, you know what I say? To beat the man, you got to be the man to beat the man. So I like Ohio State a lot. I think they're going to put a good product on the field. And until somebody knocks them out of that spot, I'm going to roll with Ohio State.
There it is. You heard it right there from the Sauce. Now time to hear it from the boss on this Ohio State team. Now, Ohio State's got this big roar around the league for their success over in the Big Ten, setting up the Michigan-Ohio State game. But when I look at the Ohio State team, I see points of interest where they can be taken advantage of. First off, Coach Ryan Day, he got his work cut out for him. He's returning only 4 on offense, but he gets 7 on defense. Now, filling Urban Meyer's shoes is going to be tough. Now, a lot of coaches do latch on first year after a big coach like Urban Meyer's leave and do well that first year, but then they may have a downward slope. But this, you're talking years and years and years of this guy coming in here. Now, granted, the school is backing them, the alumni, everybody's backing them, but of course, they're a big school. When they went through the whole scandal, they didn't let Urban Meyer look bad. They're not going to let this guy look bad. But his work is cut out for him, and it starts at quarterback, one of the most crucial parts on the field, which Urban Meyer didn't always have his hand on the quarterback situation. He had dual quarterbacks. He had the breed quarterback. He's always been a little touchy in the quarterback area. Now, this guy's going to come and have to fill the shoes of that. Now, the defense, who gave up 25.8 per game last year, should be okay with the 7 retarders that they haven't. But they will have to trim some fat from the points that they gave up last year if they're going to compete on a major level and make it to the playoffs this year. Now, I have Ohio State losing 2 games in 2019. So that's my take on it. Any further looks on that, BigRagoo?
Yeah, on Mr. Day, the coach. What I do like about him, right off the get-go, there's no 2-quarterback system with him. He just made the commitment to Fields, the transfer, plugged him right in the system, ready to go. So I like that a lot. And defensively speaking, like I say, the team recruits solidly. Linebackers galore, linemen galore. So I think I'm really high on this team. So we'll see, though. Like I said before, we talked about how the Big Ten's not represented in the championship game in a long, long time. this could be maybe a little early for this coach, possibly, but I think he's got a good shot to get
Well,
there.
I think if he's as good as they saying he's gonna be, then he may just do it here with this team right here. He got it set up just like Clemson this year. He got 3 major games he looking at: Michigan State, Penn State, and Michigan. Although all the other teams in the Big Ten, they are gonna have their radars pointed at them. But opening up against FAU, Cincinnati, Indiana, Miami, Ohio, Nebraska, the jury's still out on Nebraska, although a lot of people in analytics are high on Nebraska. Jury's still out on Nebraska, and then Michigan State. So, the way the schedule set up right here, they were 13-1 last year. They bring in Ryan Day. He more or less has to get a quarterback and manage the team more than anything. And he could do it. But if he falls at this one, he's going to fall by 1 or 2 games. So that's my take on Ohio State. Any last words?
Yeah, I mean, a first-year coach can make those mistakes. They can make those maybe not the key decision at the right moment, which they've been known to do. So that's the only thing that could maybe get in his way, possibly making a bad decision or two somewhere down the line that might cost him a game here or a game there. But there's as far as athletes go, 4 or 5 star recruits, they got them all. So we'll see when they open up their first game against Florida Atlantic.
Yeah, nobody's gonna forget that last year they lost their 1 game to Purdue. So, gonna be a good look. Some good times watching Ohio State. I back you on wishing them good success. Although, I'm a Notre Dame fan, I don't really like Ohio State like that, but it's all good, man. But y'all heard it first right here on the Boss and the Sauce Show. This is Ohio State on the Big Ten College Football Preview. Let's get to the next team.